Hello, this is Catherine Basu of Fit Armadillo, and this video is the first training video you'll be watching for how to get set up as a personal trainer at Fit Armadillo. We're just going to go over the basics of getting started in this video. So I'm going to try to make it short and sweet, so let's dive right in. The first thing you'll want to do is go to the special page I've set up for personal trainers at Fit Armadillo, which is fitarmadillo.com/trainers. And this is just going to review all the steps I'll show you in this video. So if you're not a video person, you can stop and just go through the written steps, but hopefully this video will help you kind of pick up on some of the elements that are going to make sure that you're all set to get started when you're ready to sign up. So step one, as you can see here, is to complete the initial application. That form is done online and there are 14 questions. You'll be brought to it when you click on that link, and once you submit it, that will be designating that you have submitted your initial application. So click here to open it, but it's pretty quick. Once you hit submit, I will receive an email that you have applied and see all your answers and any questions you might have. And within 48 hours, if everything looks good, I should be able to set you up in the system, but I will need a few additional items first. So that's what part 2 is all about. So I recommend that you go and do step 1, completing that application, but then come back here and do this step so that I have all the necessary paperwork I'm going to need to set you up. So you can see here you'll email to info@fitarmadillo.com 2 key forms, W-9 form and independent trainer agreement. And you can see each of these by clicking on their names. Don't forget your signature, and then also where you want your payments to be sent. So I recommend using Google Wallet so you don't get charged any fees, but that's up to you. I'll just need to know where you would like to get paid. And then I would like you to send the email with this subject, your name, and then PT paperwork so that it's easy for me to find. So you'll be sending these 2 forms. W-9 form is this one here. Don't forget to sign. This is the place where you would sign. And then your independent trainer agreement also has a signature page at the bottom. So just read the terms and sign that here. And we'll just set that up in the email as I requested. So my subject line has my name and PT paperwork. I'm going to attach the W-9 form, the independent trainer agreement, and I'm going to tell myself where I'd like to be paid, which is through my Google Wallet. And I've given the email address where I'd like to be paid here. And then we're just going to email that to info@fitarmadillo.com, and that will complete that second step. So step 1 and 2, you can review them here written out, but this is what I will need in order to bring you to step 3, which is setting you up in the system that I'll be using to track sessions and everything else. So assuming all those steps go well for you, that should take about 48 hours. As I mentioned, you should then be moved on to step 3, which is getting this welcome email from me. So you want to just make sure that you have 2 emails added to your contact list, my email and the AmStats system email, which is noreply@amstats.com, because that's the email that you'll be receiving your welcome email from. So let me just show you what that will look like real quick here. So here's the email that says that the account was created, and when you open that up, you'll see up top there that it did come from that no reply email at AmStats, and then you'll have your account info. So you can just click on that link there to log into your profile. You will need to use their password when you first log in, but you can always change that, and I'll show you how to do that in a moment. So let's go and log into our account, entering our email and the given password, and then signing in. You probably don't want them to remember your password because you can change that. So let's go back to that website and check to see what I want you to do once you sign in. So we've logged in, and there's 2 main parts. Part 1 is to create your trainer profile, and I have some bio guidelines that I do need you to follow so that your account can be active. And part 2 is to add your availability. So let's look at those 2 steps right now. Step 1 is to create our trainer profile. We're going to look at those bio guidelines. So let's open that up. And I've actually already downloaded this, so I'm going to go and find that. And then we'll look at that while we are completing our bio. So to complete your bio, as it shows you here in the document, you'll want to go to Admin and Settings. So we'll do that here on the system, Admin and Settings. First thing it shows us is how we can change our password. So here you have your name, your email address. Make sure this is always an updated email address where you'd like to be notified of clients booking with you and anything else in the system. But here you could change your password. So if you want to change it, you would change it and then click Save Changes. And then we'll go down here to the trainer profile, and I do have some guidelines, like I mentioned, that I'll need you to keep in mind. So about me, we're going to do 4 to 5 sentences here. Really basic bio. You will be able to add a link to your personal site. Now remember, your clients should only be booking sessions with you, online fitness sessions with you through this account. You're not supposed to be recruiting any clients from the system, right? So the site is there for them to just check it out, but your bio is a very quick thing here. Your About Me, 4 to 5 sentences. I did mention that clients like to know your training style, so if you want to put something about, whether you think you're more of a cheerleader or a drill sergeant or however else you would like to describe your training style and the way you motivate people, that can be something that's useful for clients to know. But short and sweet. And then your philosophy, just how you feel about fitness, 1 to 2 sentences is fine here. Certifications, note them, and I really recommend you put your certification numbers. I have many certifications, but I chose to only put the ACE certification here. You can do whatever you like. As long as you have a main certification, that's fine. But I do really recommend that you put your certification number so that if a client wanted to, they could also verify that you are still active and current with your certification. Just add some extra credibility for them. I will be suggesting a trainer for each client, but they can work with any trainer. So if they do want to go through and look at your profile, having that certification number is just a great way for the client to feel more confident when they're looking at you as a trainer. So that's just a quick tip. You don't have to list every single certification here. Start date, when you started training, your gender, those are obvious. Specialties, put those down. Some trainers only like to work with clients of a certain gender, male versus female, so you can put that there, but whatever works for you. The next step is to add your bio picture. So you do want to have a picture that is 140 by 140 pixels. I recommend using PicMonkey. If you need help with any of that, just let me know. I'm happy to give you some help. And then this section is really important. We have to keep this consistent, at least for now. This will definitely change in the coming months, but I need you to follow these directions so I can keep you active so that we're not confusing clients and so that they're more likely to work with us. So workout types, you can just leave that blank. Everyone's going to be doing one-on-one right now, but you can just leave that blank. Training environments, again, leave that blank. We're all training our clients online here, so even if you do train people in other locations, it doesn't really matter for our purposes. Payment methods, the clients will be doing this, so you can just leave this blank. It's online. It will just add an extra layer of confusion, so let's just keep that blank for now. Session length, because I just have a 30-minute session length, I'm asking you to just know options that are in a 30-minute, half an hour increment. So doing 30 and 60 is fine. You could do 60 plus, I guess. I don't know. Most of the people I think coming to the site are not necessarily going to be opting for that. If you find the client is, then you could add that on. But the 45-minute sessions, even if you do offer those, we won't click on that here because the clients will only be able to book and pay in half-hour increments. So at least for now, like I said, we'll keep this simple. We'll get client feedback, but just opt for these 2 options if you would like to do a double session, and tell your client that they can book that by clicking on 2 session blocks. Okay? And then finally, injuries, it's pretty simple. Once you've done all this, you'll click Save Changes. So I know I took a little time to note all these little things, but it's really important that you have them filled out the way I want you to have them so that it keeps things simple, keeps things consistent from trainer to trainer, and easy for clients to follow. All right? So we've done step 4, I think, well, part of it, the trainer profile. The next important part is our availability. So this is the second and only thing you'll really have to do here in order to get set up. Because once you add your calendar and I've approved your bio, you'll be able to start taking clients. That's very exciting. Go to the calendar, go to my schedule if you want to see any sessions coming up. But the first time you come here, you'll add your availability. So I actually have been playing in here. I already had some session options in, but the big yellow column will be the day that it is right now. And then you'll just want to scroll through and add availability. There is some info here, tutorial, but basically you can click and drag to add your availability and just double check it. So if you didn't click on the day correctly, you could edit it here manually. If you want to repeat that time block, you can do that as well. So just say when you want this to end and then any certain times you would like this time block to exist. Save that. And you can just check to make sure you did it properly. Look at the month view is the easy way to see things and click on the different times. And then you'll be done with step 4. So we've done our profile and our availability. And at this point, you'll be able to start accepting clients. So if I had a client that came in and you have those 2 steps completed, that means that you already have your signature forms on file with me. You are ready to go. So that's pretty exciting. It's pretty easy to get set up. I have some final tips here to end this training video. Tip number 1 here, which is step number 5, is to log in daily to check your schedule. At this time, there is no way for us to prevent clients from booking a certain number of minutes in advance. So you do want to make sure this is updated all the time. So if today you don't have availability for on-demand sessions, you do need to go in there and update any sessions that you might have offered but no longer can offer. So you'll go right in there into your availability and click on the option that you want to prevent from being booked and just click on delete. Okay, so just make sure that you're always having your availability and schedule updated up to the minute so that you don't have any clients booking with you when you're not available. And the way that you'll know if a client has booked is by going to your dashboard. You'll see what your schedule is for that day, but you also will be getting an email sent to your email that you have on file with AmStats that you set up in that profile in the settings. So those are the 2 ways to check. I'd probably look at both every day just to make sure that nothing got missed, but that's how you'll know what your schedule is. And that's really it. Once you have all those things set up, the next step is really something I'll have to show you in another video, which is how sessions will work, how you'll check clients in. But what you want to realize is that the client is going to pay for their session through their system. You do not need to and should not be taking payments from them. They should just log into their system and either pay for the session on the spot or they'll already have paid for a package and you'll be able to see that and just check that off. So after you complete a Skype session, you'll be clicking on the check-in and pay option for that client. Okay? Last thing here before I sign off from this video and go and work on a video for you to show you how you'll work with your clients, just some tips on that, are trainer payments. So right now there is a tiered level of payments. The more sessions you complete, the more you'll be paid. And if you do work with a client with 47 hours to 30-minute advance notice, you'll be paid a little bit more for that last minute booking. And that's reflected in this payment chart as well. And then here, this is just for your reference, just how clients will be setting up, but you can see that they complete a form. They have their own AmStats account. Here's some info for getting set up if they do have an issue, and you could call this as well. And they're going to be paying for and booking their sessions online themselves. So if you need to remind them of how to do that, this is some info here. You are not the one that's going to be collecting the payment. The client will always enter their payment information, their booking information on their own in the manner you see here. So I'm going to end this video now so that you can go over it. But basically, like I said, if you need to review the steps, just check out this little list here. And I can't wait to get your application, have you set up, and start sending you clients. So thanks so much for taking the time to watch this video. Thank you for being a part of Fit Armadillo, and I can't wait to start sending you clients so you can start making a difference in their lives. I'm so excited to hear how Fit Armadillo is going to help you enjoy fitness at your place and your pace in addition to the awesome clients we have visiting us. Thanks so much. Bye.